The annual Steadfast noon exercise has been organized for more than a decade. In 2024, the maneuvers take place on the territory of UK, Belgium, the Netherlands and the North Sea. They involve about 2,000 servicemen, 60 aircraft and 13 countries, in particular B-52 and F-35A bombers capable of carrying nuclear warheads.
The whole exercise will particularly focus on the United Kingdom, the North Sea, but also Belgium, and the Netherlands. And in an uncertain world, it is vital that we test our defense and that we strengthen our defense so that our adversaries know that NATO is ready and is able to respond to any threat.
Less than 3 weeks before the start of NATO's annual nuclear exercises, Putin announced his intention to amend Russia's nuclear doctrine. He emphasized Moscow will consider an attack by a non-nuclear weapon state as a joint attack against Russia if it is supported by a nuclear-armed state. This is a direct blackmail of Kyiv's allies, analysts explain. First of all, we are talking about the possible lifting of a ban on strikes with Western long-range weapons against targets on the territory of Russian Federation. The goal of the Steadfast noon exercise is to show that the alliance is capable of countering any threat, the NATO Secretary General said.
We can face any adversary. We have everything in place to make sure that NATO is safe, is secure, and that we can fight off any threat. And we will never be intimidated by anyone outside NATO trying to threaten us. So that is of no use. He could better stop it.
Nuclear blackmail has become a familiar rhetoric of the Russian regime. After the European Parliament adopted a resolution on September 19th calling for Ukraine to be allowed to strike Russian territory with long-range Western weapons, the Speaker of Russian State Duma threatened with the missile strike on Strasbourg.
If such a sin were to happen, Russia will give a tough response using more powerful weapons. No one should have any illusions about this. The State Duma insists on it. For your information, the flight time of a Sarmat missile to Strasbourg is 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Vyacheslav Volodin, Speaker of the Russian State Duma, on Telegram.
Russia has stepped up sabotage operations in Europe, the Financial Times says, citing European intelligence sources. According to the head of German Federal Intelligence Service, the Russian Federation may attack NATO territory in the coming years.
By the end of this decade, at the latest, Russian forces will be in a position to attack NATO. Putin is not only concerned about Ukraine, but actually about creating a new world order. The Russian secret services are increasingly using all their resources without any remorse. Bruno Kahl, head of the German Federal Intelligence Service, in a comment to NTV.
According to Politico, NATO is actively working on a new strategy against Russia. The heads of defense departments of the North Atlantic Alliance member states plan to discuss it in Brussels. The leaders of the bloc approved the revision of NATO's relationships with Moscow at the summit in Washington in July 2024. Experts assume that the new strategy towards Russia will be approved at the summit in The Hague in June 2025. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Krystyna Dąbrowska, UATV News.